Did you know that by the age of 80, the average person loses up to 50% of their muscle mass compared to when they were young? This devastating condition is called sarcopenia, and it affects more than 50 million older adults worldwide. Every year, over 300,000 seniors are hospitalized due to falls directly related to muscle weakness. What's truly shocking is that research from the Journal of Physiology reveals this significant muscle loss is not inevitable. While most people in their 70s struggle to climb stairs or even stand up from a chair without assistance, there is a remarkable group of older adults who still maintain muscle strength, function, and even the appearance of someone decades younger. So what's their secret? Today's video will reveal 7 habits that help you maintain muscle strength, specific practices that can significantly slow down or even reverse age-related muscle loss. Shockingly, 93% of older adults have no idea these habits exist. And the most important habit, discovered by researchers at Harvard Medical School, can rebuild lost muscle even in your 70s and 80s, something most doctors never mention to their elderly patients. Here are 7 habits that can help you maintain muscle strength as you age. Enhancing strength in older age through progressive resistance training. Among all the habits that help older adults maintain superior strength, progressive resistance training is considered the most important factor. According to research from Tufts University, it is the most effective anti-aging medicine. Contrary to the common belief that older adults should only engage in light exercises, superagers perform controlled resistance training exercises and gradually increase the challenge over time to stimulate muscle growth. The core principle is use it or lose it, but it's not just about movement, it's about intensity. Activities like walking or light water aerobics are often not enough to maintain muscle mass after the age of 60. Superagers focus more on intensity than duration, typically working out twice a week and pushing their muscles to the point of momentary muscular failure, which strongly activates the protein synthesis process for up to 72 hours afterward. They prioritize compound movement exercises such as squats, deadlifts, overhead presses, and pull-ups, exercises that can be adjusted to individual abilities, target multiple muscle groups simultaneously, and trigger positive hormonal responses. Additionally, they follow the principle of progressive overload, meaning they continuously increase the difficulty of their exercises over time, with a special focus on the eccentric phase, the lowering of the weight. This creates effective tension while still protecting the joints. Even when starting later in life, the benefits are clear. Individuals aged 70 and older who begin progressive resistance training can gain over 3 kilograms of muscle and 35% strength after just 12 weeks. This simple habit can dramatically change the aging process. Inflammation control strategy, the key to protecting muscle mass in older age. One notable commonality among older adults with exceptional strength, superagers, is their very low levels of inflammation in the body. Chronic low-grade inflammation, also known as inflammaging, is considered one of the leading causes of muscle loss in older adults. Inflammation not only breaks down muscle proteins faster than they can regenerate, but it also interferes with anabolic signals that stimulate muscle growth after eating or exercising. Superagers employ several effective strategies to control inflammation. First is quality sleep. They ensure they get 7-8 hours of sleep each night in a completely dark room, as sleep deprivation can increase inflammation-causing molecules by up to 40%. Next is gut health. Studies show that changes in the gut microbiome with age contribute significantly to inflammatory responses. Superagers eat a wide variety of plant-based foods, 30+ types per week, and incorporate fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, and pickles to support a healthy microbiome. Regarding exercise, they choose moderate-intensity workouts most days of the week and only engage in high-intensity exercises 1 to 2 times, avoiding overload that could increase inflammation. Additionally, they consistently use natural anti-inflammatory compounds like omega-3, 2 to 3 grams per day, from fatty fish or fish oil supplements, curcumin, turmeric, and polyphenol-rich foods like green tea, berries, and extra virgin olive oil. Finally, they monitor inflammation through high-sensitivity CRP blood tests, HSCRP, maintaining levels below 1.0 milligrams per liter, while the average person typically has levels 3 to 5 times higher. Effectively managing inflammation not only helps protect muscle mass, but also enhances overall health and extends lifespan. Supplementing essential micronutrients, the foundation for healthy muscles in old age. While many older adults focus on macronutrients like protein, carbs, and fats, those with exceptional strength in their 70s and 80s pay particular attention to micronutrients, minerals and vitamins that play a crucial role in protein synthesis and maintaining muscle function. These micronutrients not only optimize the benefits of a high-protein diet and exercise, but also help prevent the gradual loss of muscle over time. First is magnesium, often called the forgotten electrolyte, which is involved in over 300 metabolic processes, including muscle function. More than 70% of older adults are deficient in magnesium, leading to significant declines in muscle strength and performance. Superagers maintain optimal magnesium levels through magnesium-rich foods like dark leafy greens, nuts, dark chocolate, and high bioavailability supplements such as magnesium glycinate. Next is creatine, which is not just for young athletes. Research shows that older adults who supplement with 3 to 5 grams of creatine daily, combined with exercise, can significantly increase muscle mass and strength, while also improving cognitive function. Vitamin B12, especially in its methylcobalamin form, is also extremely important, as the body's ability to absorb it decreases with age. A deficiency in B12 affects muscle energy and nerve transmission. Additionally, trace minerals like zinc, selenium, and chromium support protein synthesis and regulate insulin, vital for nutrient transport into muscles. Instead of using generic multivitamins, superagers typically undergo regular micronutrient testing to ensure they are supplementing correctly and sufficiently, optimizing muscle health and overall well-being. Controlling inflammation every day, the key to protecting muscles in old age. One of the most silent yet powerful factors contributing to muscle loss in older adults is chronic inflammation, also known as inflammaging. Studies have shown that prolonged low-grade inflammation accelerates the breakdown of muscle protein while hindering the ability to build new muscle, even if the person consumes enough protein or exercises regularly. A study at Tufts University found that older adults with high levels of inflammation lost muscle mass 3 times faster than those with low inflammation, regardless of their exercise or nutrition regimen. A common trait of those with exceptional physical health in old age, superagers, is that they maintain very low levels of inflammation by adopting 4 main strategies. First is getting adequate, high-quality sleep, 7 to 8 hours each night in a completely dark room, which reduces inflammatory cytokines by 40%. Second is focusing on gut health by consuming a variety of over 30 plant-based foods weekly and adding fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, and sauerkraut, natural probiotic sources that help balance the microbiome. Third, they engage in moderate exercise most days of the week, with only 1 to 2 high-intensity workouts to avoid inflammation caused by overtraining. Finally, they consistently supplement with anti-inflammatory compounds like omega-3, 2 to 3 grams per day, curcumin from turmeric, and polyphenol-rich foods like green tea, olive oil, and berries. As a result, their inflammation markers, HSCRP, are typically under 1.0 milligrams per A, much lower than the typical 3 to 5 milligrams per A found in most older adults. Optimizing vitamin D, the muscle vitamin, important for older adults. Vitamin D has long been known for its role in supporting bone health, but few are aware that it is also a key factor in maintaining and developing muscle mass, especially in older adults. Over 80% of older adults are currently deficient in vitamin D, weakening their muscles without them realizing it. Research at Harvard has shown that vitamin D activates genes related to muscle synthesis and protection. Muscles even have specific receptors for this vitamin. A large study published in JAMA Internal Medicine found that older adults with optimal levels of vitamin D, over 40 nanograms per milliliter, had 25% more muscle strength than those who were deficient. They also had better balance, coordination, and reflexes, all of which help prevent falls. However, after the age of 65, the skin's ability to produce vitamin D from sunlight decreases by up to 50%. Therefore, relying solely on sunlight is insufficient. To achieve optimal levels, older adults typically need to supplement with 2,000 to 4,000 IU of vitamin D per day, instead of the previous recommendation of 600 IU, in addition to consuming vitamin D-rich foods like fatty fish, eggs, and fortified milk. More importantly, vitamin D should be taken with vitamin K2 to ensure that calcium is directed to the bones rather than accumulating in the arteries, a factor rarely discussed by doctors. In conclusion, maintaining optimal levels of vitamin D not only protects bones, but is also key to preserving strength, mobility, and independence in old age. The strategy of timing protein intake, the key to combating muscle aging. In older adults, the body gradually becomes less efficient at using protein to build muscle, a phenomenon known as anabolic resistance. Therefore, it is not only the amount of protein, but also the timing of consumption that is crucial for maintaining and rebuilding muscle. Most older adults tend to consume the majority of their protein during dinner, while studies show that the body can only effectively synthesize protein within 3 to 4 hours after each meal. To optimize muscle building, older adults should evenly distribute their protein intake throughout the day, ideally about 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein per meal. This means that breakfast should include protein-rich foods such as eggs, Greek yogurt, or protein smoothies, rather than just bread or cereal. Lunch and dinner should continue to include protein sources such as lean meats, fish, eggs, dairy, or beans and nuts for vegetarians. A study at the University of Texas showed that those who used the strategy of dividing protein across 3 meals gained an average of 1.2 pounds, more than 0.5 kilograms, of muscle over 12 weeks without any other lifestyle changes. This proves that the timing of protein intake significantly affects muscle maintenance, a critical factor in preventing weakness, falls, and loss of independence in old age. In conclusion, remember that simply eating enough protein is not enough. Eating it at the right time is the key to maintaining strength in old age. Hormetic stressors, the secret to enhancing muscle mass in older adults. One of the important habits that help older adults maintain exceptional muscle strength is controlled exposure to hormetic stressors, mild stress factors that provide long-term benefits to the body. This follows the principle, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Research at the Buck Institute shows that these stressors can activate cellular protective mechanisms, helping to prevent and even improve muscle function in older adults. 3 prominent types of hormetic stressors that superagers, older adults with superior health, frequently use are temperature variation, intermittent fasting, and short bursts of high-intensity muscle contractions. The first is temperature variation. Taking cold showers for 30 to 60 seconds or using a sauna helps activate muscle protective proteins and enhance the self-repair ability of cells. A study in Finland showed that using a sauna 4 to 7 times per week reduced muscle loss by up to 40% over 10 years. The second is intermittent fasting. Limiting eating to 8 to 10 hours per day helps activate the autophagy process, cellular cleanup, improving muscle quality and mitochondrial function. Finally, short but intense muscle contractions, such as pushing an immovable object for 5 to 10 seconds, send strong signals to muscle cells, helping maintain muscle size and function without damaging joints. All of these methods should be brief, with full recovery time, and progressively increased to achieve optimal results. These are 7 evidence-based habits that explain how some 80-year-olds maintain muscle strength of much younger individuals for decades. Start today with any habit that feels the easiest to adopt, and then gradually incorporate others. Your future self will thank you for the investment you're making now in your long-term strength and independence. Now we want to hear from you. Which of these 7 habits have you practiced, and which one surprised you the most? Do you know someone in their 70s or 80s who has exceptional strength for their age? Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear. Thanks for watching.